Good afternoon, Grizzlies, and welcome back to the Franklin Newscast.
Temps are heating up. Wait, never mind. We'll get to that later, though. Thanks for joining us on the third to last Friday of the year.
The Franklin College track and field team heads to their conference championship this weekend. Sam Wilson and Haley Mikowski give us an inside look about how the team is gearing up for the biggest meet of the season.
As the 2024 Franklin College track and field season winds down, preparations begin for the biggest competition of the year, the HCAC conference meet. He's moving up. You got to move up with him, Riley. Keep it up. This week, I caught up with a couple current athletes, one incoming freshman and an outgoing senior, about what they are looking forward to going into this year's contest and how the competition has evolved and changed over time.
So as a freshman, what I'm most looking forward to getting to compete in my first ever conference meet is just getting that atmosphere and just like getting to run with all the teams. So like for indoor conference, I just got to like witness it, even though I didn't run. It was still a lot of fun, but now that I'll get to run, it'll be a lot more fun even.
I'd say it's gotten a lot more steep. The competition has, especially in events like my events, the 400 hurdles. Just in the past couple of years, we've had freshmen from schools like Rose-Hulman and Bluffton that can come in and run absurdly fast times that I've never been able to run. I'm pretty sure it's been like that for all different events across the entirety of track and field.
Head coach Brandon Dorak has been with the team since 2017 and has high hopes for this year's championships as well.
I feel like, we're pretty balanced on both sides, within the event groups, whether it's throws, sprints, distance, jumps, I feel like we kind of have it coming from all sides.
You can catch both the men's and women's track and field teams as they compete at the conference championships at Manchester University on April 26th and 27th. For the Franklin, I'm Sam Wilson.
Thanks, guys. Remember our Eclipse-themed episode from last week? Well, Yanna was brave enough to venture out to downtown Franklin once again to catch up with business owners on the anticlimactic once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Eclipse visitors have long since left, giving business owners and employees time to reflect on the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity and, for some, disappointing sales. Some Franklin officials, previous Eclipse data, and news reports anticipated crowds anywhere from 100 to 300,000 people descending on the small city. When the big day came, visitors and in turn sales for some small businesses fell significantly short of projections.
I know several that are in a pinch. Or they're sitting on perishable product. Like I've heard restaurants have had to go out and buy freezers and like keep them at their house even so they can at least try to save part of this stock. I mean, I'm talking like thousands of dollars worth of food.
Sure. Hands down, the Eclipse itself was absolutely breathtaking and beautiful and so worth the hype. Now, the business aspect, the visitors that we were told, and I know they were going off of 2017 Eclipse information from other states and counties, but very disappointing. I think we were told around 100,000 to be here in Franklin, and it was nowhere near that at all. It was like a ghost town at various points each day, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, even into early Monday. It was kind of just, where is everybody?
My friends that I invited down to Franklin who live in Indianapolis, they were like, we're not messing with crowds. Like, we're not doing that. And then, day of, it's like, oh, this, it's busy and it's fun, but it wasn't as bad as we thought it would be.
We definitely way over prepared. We were told to expect about, give or take, a quarter of sales in 3 days. And we definitely did not even get near that.
What kind of loss is that? Because you guys are a small business.
It's thousands of dollars in loss. It's not a pretty sight. It's thousands upon thousands of dollars in loss. Some of these business owners in this downtown, and not just this downtown, but in other downtowns, took out loans to be able to afford all of the merchandise they were told to buy to anticipate for this crowd. And for us, we luckily didn't have to do that, but it's thousands of dollars. Thousands.
Many business owners believe the hype surrounding the eclipse kept many of their regulars or local shoppers at home instead of in the downtown area.
So we really had a pretty solid weekend, plus Monday was good. Saw more people in town on Monday. I think one of the biggest letdowns was obviously the crowd not being as heavy as we thought, but I felt like our locals, our regulars, heeded the warning to stay home, stay off the roads, and by doing that, obviously they didn't come out. I think in hindsight, being 2020, we could have probably handled our regulars, our locals, and the crowd that did come in for it. I think would have been all right, but you didn't know that at the time. So we were listening to the officials and what they were recommending us to do, and we tried to do that.
So I think if the local residents would have come out en masse like they did on the evening of fireworks, I think that pretty much every store probably would have sold out. So I think I don't think the visitor count was super low. I just think that the local residents kind of backed out of coming down in the numbers that they normally would.
And although many locals stayed home, there was an influx in out-of-state and country visitors that shed more light on their community.
We saw people from all over the world, so it was great that way. We got more people exposed to our town. We saw a lot of people from Chicago, Wisconsin, Louisville. It's come down for a weekend. We're a good weekend trip. So I think it will help us for exposure to get people to come back.
Despite the challenges the eclipse brought, businesses in Franklin are looking forward to Spring Vintage Fest on the 27th. I'm Mariana Hunt with the Franklin. Back to you, Caleb and Olivia.
Thanks, Yanna. Now for a special weather segment. Here is aspiring weatherman Elliot Davidson for a Weather Weekend update.
Hey guys, Grizz faithful can look forward to a warm and windy final weekend of April. Whether you're nearing the end of your season in a spring sport or gearing up for the GGP, make sure you pack a rain jacket, especially on Friday evening, as some spotty showers are expected to move through the area. Expect high winds on Saturday and Sunday, which should make Saturday's annual Grizzly Grand Prix bike race and Sunday's Zeta 5K pretty unpredictable. Back to you, Jack.
Do you ever wonder how much money, time, and planning goes into the food you eat at Saga? Well, Jance Hunt, no relation to Yanna Hunt, sat down with General Manager of Parker's, Diva Duncan, to learn more.
With the amount of students of Franklin College at 1,000, I wondered how much food does it take to feed a full college campus. So I sat down with head of Franklin College Dining Services, Diva Duncan, and we had a discussion about the amount of food it takes to feed a full campus.
We typically spend anywhere from $55,000 to $65,000 a month.
And to feed all these students and faculty and staff, Parker's relies on a heavy balance of full employees to work scheduled shifts to feed the college campus.
Right now we have about 57, and that also includes the Grizzly Cafe, the baristas who are also Franklin College students.
From Franklin College, I am Jance Hunt.
Make sure to stay tuned. We'll be back one more time before the summer. See you then.